Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening.
Hello,
Teacher.
Hello.
Teacher.
Hello. Good evening. All right. So we are going to start our session today, April 18th. First, let's check the agenda quickly. And then we'll start with the attendance for today. So today we have attendance. Then we're going to socialize our answers on page 86, what we finished yesterday. Then we are going to do a short review for relative clauses. The topic for today is quantifiers, some explanation, practice, and then if we have enough time to do the speaking activity at the end of the class, okay? So let's begin today by checking the attendance for the class. I will turn off my camera for a moment. Let's see. Gerson Arismendi. Hello. Okay, Keiner Weiss.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, thanks. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jessica Calderón.
Present, teacher.
Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. William Castrillón.
Hi, teacher. Present.
Okay. Andrés Correa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Corredor. Okay. Silvia Cuellar.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Johan Duque.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Elkin Fernández. Julián Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Ginette Fontecha.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Carlos Andrés Galán.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. José Alejandro Gómez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay. Lizeth Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay. And Brian Vargas.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. So let's start today. All right. So remember yesterday we started our class or session with page 86, right? So we had some questions about the text, what we read yesterday about consumer crazy, right? So you can have a minute to check your answers. Remember, I asked you these 6 questions to discuss today. So please think about them, just have 1 or 2 minutes, and then we will share, I will ask you to share your answers. Okay, I see Elkin and Andres, okay. Thank you. All right, let's have 2 minutes so you can look for your answers, review, and then we'll start sharing, okay? Okay, you had some time to check. So let's see. I will read the question and I will ask some of you to share your answers, explain your ideas, okay? So we have the first. Would you like to have Luis or Andrew's lifestyle? Why or why not? Okay. Let's start with well, let's see if there's any volunteer to the first question. You can, oh, Maveli, okay.
Hello, teacher. The first?
Yes, the first question.
Okay. I would like to have their lifestyle. Style.
Which one, Luis or Andrew?
Ninguno de los dos.
Okay, neither. Okay, neither of the lifestyles. Why?
Yeah. I believe the best way is find a middle point between extreme shopper and minimalist. It will be like budget as of necessary and from time to time have a reward.
Okay, I understand. So buy what is necessary for you and from time to time reward yourself with something, right?
Yes,
that you want. Okay, good. Thank you, Maveli. Okay, let's go with the next question, number 2. Who, if either, are you naturally more similar to, and in what ways? Okay, let's see if there's any volunteer for this question. You are more similar to Luis or Andrew. In what ways? Okay, I see Keiner.
Teacher, I think all they have a lifestyle more like Luis because maybe I think people always buy things only because we can. And
Okay.
different to Andrew, that is difficult live only with 15 things.
With
And
15 things.
I think it's more similar than Luis, or my life is more similar than Luis.
Okay, yes, naturally, I think it's more similar to Luis because we have many things in our house, yes, but Andrew is very extreme. He only has 15 things, okay? He's very, very minimalist. Okay, good. Let's see, question number 3. What do you think it would be like living or being married to one of these people? Okay, let's hear maybe Julian for question number 3. What do you think it would be like living or being married to one of these people?
For me, neither.
Okay, no, but I'm asking you, what do you think it would be like? ¿Cómo sería? It would be like living with either Luis or Andrew. ¿Cómo sería vivir con ellos?
For me, I don't know. I don't like. I wouldn't like.
You wouldn't like
with
living
neither because I don't want to spend too much money and things that for me is unnecessary or a waste. In the other case, is to minimalist.
Okay. So it's the two extremes. You wouldn't
Yeah.
like living with them. Okay. Do you think it would be easy or difficult for you to live
Difficult.
in any of
That's
these
true.
situations? Difficult?
Difficult. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, question number 4. Do you think Louise has a problem, like an addiction, or is her shopping just fun? Okay, it's not problematic. And you have to explain why. Okay, let's see, maybe Andres Correa. What do you think? It's a problem for her, an addiction, or is just she's having fun?
But I think that's the pain. In the first way, probably she has a problem because she has tried to find a good way to feel good, but I don't know if it's the correct way to her feel good. So that's the pain. If it's extremely hard, this habit, I think it is bad for her.
For her.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay, so yes, a bad habit's a problem. She spends a lot of money on things. You see, maybe a cream, 200 pounds of makeup, also 200 pounds. So it's a lot of money that she's spending on this. Okay, for the question number 5. Let's see, do you think Andrew and Chris, so the minimalist, will be able to live this way throughout their whole life, so permanently, until the end of their lives? Yes or no? And why? Okay, so why or why not? Maybe let's see, Silvia Natalia.
Yes, teacher. The question number 5. Do you think Andrew and Chris will be able to live the way they perform? Maybe if they still in the same conditions like economic, social, and political, maybe they will be able to live in that way.
Okay, yes, so if they continue to have a good job with a lot of money.
Yes.
And maybe they don't have a family. So yeah, they could continue.
Yes.
But if they maybe want to have children or a wife, spouse.
It's such, yes, that is like, I don't know how to say, like, impedimento to continue the lifestyle they have.
Yeah, to continue this lifestyle. It would be a problem for them. Yes, a hindrance. Okay, very good. Okay, guys, excellent. So we are going to skip the last question, number 6. I wanted just to finish this part about the reading exercise that we did yesterday. And today, we are going to start, before we start with the topic for today, let's practice a little bit about relative clauses, okay? The topic that you studied yesterday, okay? So let me open the link for you. Okay. I will send it. It's just a short activity. Okay, let's go to the link. Okay, right, so you have 11 sentences in the activity. You must select the correct relative pronoun to complete the sentence. I will do the first as an example, and then you continue individually. I know a great place. We can have lunch. Okay, we can say where, a place. So we use where, okay, where we can have lunch. Okay, guys, let's take 4 or 5 minutes to complete it. And then we check the activity together. Okay, guys, I see you are ready. So let's correct together. I want you to give me the answers. So number 2, Sam is the man for the president.
Who?
Yes. Who works for the president? Next. Food is imported from other countries, is expensive.
Which?
Which? Yes, which? The cookies you baked are really delicious.
Which?
Which. En este caso, en esta oración se podría omitir ese which. ¿Okay? Pero bueno. Which you baked are really delicious. I visited my uncle, lives in a different city.
Who?
Who? Mhm. Do you know anyone knows why there are no penguins at the North Pole?
Who?
We.
Who?
Who?
No. Who?
Mhm. Anyone? ¿Alguien? Next, I want to borrow the book you bought last month.
Which?
Which? Which? Here you can also omit the relative pronoun because we have the subject, right? So, which you bought last month. My house is very big, is very cold.
Which?
Which? Which is very big, is very cold. 9. Sydney is the place
Where?
where. 10. Can you find the teacher you talked to this morning?
Who?
Who?
Who? Who you talked to this morning? And the last one. This is a place I told you about.
That.
That. This is the place that I told you about. All right, guys. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, now we can start. We're going to begin with our topic for today. So for that, let's go to page, page 90 and 91 from the book. We're going to start talking about quantifiers today, okay? We are going to check the topic of quantifiers, page 90, okay? Page 90. So the first exercise says, working groups read about Fadil, Abigail, and Joel, then discuss the questions. So we are not going to work in groups for this activity. We are going to do it as the whole group, okay? First, let's read about them, Fadil, Abigail, and Joel, and then we discuss both questions that we have here. Okay, let's begin reading about Fadil. Let's start with Carlos.
Yes, teacher.
You read about the information about Fadil.
Okay, Fadil is Egyptian, but he was brought up in the UK. He's an archaeologist and also runs short trips into the Sahara Desert for tourists.
Very good. So in this example, what is brought up? He was brought up in the UK. Do you know? Okay. In the chat, I'm writing the meaning of this sentence. He was brought up, fue criado, okay? El brought up viene del bring up, del criar, okay? Es un phrasal verb. He was brought up in the UK. He's an archaeologist and he also runs short trips. What is runs in this context? Runs short trips into the Sahara Desert for tourists.
Realizar.
Realizar, sí. Viajes cortos al desierto para los turistas. Okay, let's read about Abigail. Let's see. Jose Alejandro. Abigail
Abigail is from the USA. She is an expert climber and leads small groups on climbing trips near her home in Colorado.
Very good. Expert climber. She leads small groups on climbing trips. Okay, now for Joel. Let's see. Lisette.
Joel is a British university student. He goes to more than 10 festivals every year.
Okay. So he goes to music festivals every year. All right, so let's discuss the questions that we have here. Have you ever been on a trip into the desert, a climbing trip, or to a music festival? When and where? Okay. So think about your experiences. Maybe you have gone to a desert, a climbing, or a music festival or a concert. Okay, and also I want you to think of 4 useful things to take on each trip. To take to the desert, to take climbing, and to take into a concert. Think of 4 useful things for each trip or event, okay? Let's take 3 minutes. You think about your answers, and then we will socialize, discuss in the group, okay? Only 3 minutes. Okay, guys, so let's see. For the first, have you ever been into the desert, a climbing trip, or to a music festival or concert? Can you tell us about your experience? Anyone? You can raise your hand, participate. No? No one? Okay, no. So no one apparently has been into any of these activities. So let's ask the second question. Can you think of useful things to take in each event or trip? Again, you can raise your hand and tell me your answers. Do explain your answer.
Teacher, I have
Okay, Silvia?
I have not done the point, but for like the desert, I think like warm clothes, like long sleeve,
Okay.
to avoid like burning the skin.
The sun, yes. To avoid
Yes.
sunburn. Quemado de sol. Okay.
Sunburn.
Okay. What else for the desert?
Water,
Water.
obviously water. I think like se me olvidó la palabra ahí. Uh, like hat? No, I
Hat?
think like
Yes.
yes,
A hat.
and yes, and I don't know like what.
No more.
Sunscreen, yes, sunscreen.
Okay. Sunscreen.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it's okay. Water, long sleeved clothes, a hat, and sunscreen. All right. Good. I see, Gerson, you also opened your microphone. So maybe for a climbing trip, what do you need? What is useful for a climbing trip?
Okay, teacher. For a climbing trip, for useful things, I think maps or
Okay.
map and compass, both. A sleeping bag if it is a long trip, so I need a sleeping bag at night.
Sleeping bag.
Insect repellent because I will be with trees and animals around me. And finally, water.
Water
You need
also
water
important.
for anything or somewhere place. Sorry.
Yeah, for any place you need water.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Gerson. Good. I see, Andres, you have your hand up. So for a music festival.
Okay, teacher. About the festival trip, I think there are some useful things to take. The first one could be tent and camping.
Tent, okay,
Yes.
and camping.
And another one is clothing and good accessories.
Okay.
Clothing comfortable, and of course cash and ID.
Cash and ID.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe a tent, comfortable clothing.
Yes, while camping. Yes. Tent.
Okay. Yes, it's important. Cash and of course your identification.
Also, I think portable phone charger.
Yes, portable battery.
Yes.
Important, yes. Because if you want to take pictures or a video, it's important to have your cell phone. Okay, good, Andres, thank you. Right, okay. So we're going to check here. We're going to listen to Fadil, Abigail, and Joe, and you're going to write the 6 things that they mentioned we should take into each type of trip. Okay, we are going to listen. So for the desert, we have an example: wet wipes, like pañitos húmedos, wet wipes. Climbing and at the music festival. Okay, listen and write, complete.
Unit 9, Recording 3.
Okay, can you listen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Fadil. There are a few things that we always tell our customers to bring with them. For example, we tell people to bring a couple of packs of wet wipes. We travel in 4x4s, so we bring plenty of water with us. But that's for drinking, not for washing. Wet wipes are really useful for staying clean. Another thing we recommend that you bring is your swimming gear. Obviously, a lot of people wonder why you need your swimming gear in the desert. The reason is that we always try to stop at an oasis when we're on a trip. That's really an unforgettable experience. People who don't bring their swimming gear always regret it. What else? It's good to bring several plastic bags. They're useful for organising things, and they stop sand getting everywhere. And you need to bring a hat and plenty of sunscreen, of course, at least factor 15. And, of course, a lot of people forget that the desert is freezing cold at night, so you need to bring some warm clothes.
Abigail.
I've been going climbing in the Rockies since I was a child, so I'm really aware of the dangers, particularly the way the weather can change really quickly. I see far too many people out climbing in just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. They haven't packed enough warm clothes to deal with a change in the weather. And I always advise people to take some insect repellent and a bit of food, even if they're only going for a few hours. If the weather changes and they get stuck, they might really need both of them. High-energy food is best. Things like raisins and peanuts. You can add a little bit of your favorite chocolate, too. Too many people these days rely on a handheld GPS navigator. Now, most GPS navigators are great. It's definitely a good idea to take one. They tell you exactly where you are, but they can also break or run out of battery, so you need a backup, a map, and a compass. And don't forget a plastic bag. You don't want your map to get wet.
Joel.
I'm a real festival lover, you know. I just love the atmosphere and the music and the social scene, and I've learned over the past couple of years what I need to bring. Number 1 on my list is a tent and a sleeping bag. They're your home, so it's worth spending a bit of money on a good tent and a warm sleeping bag. Then you need a torch with a few spare batteries. When you're trying to find your tent in the dark, it's really essential. What else? Well, with the British weather, you really need a pair of wellies. Often people bring too much food with them, and they always regret it, because they spend a lot of time carrying it around, and actually there are plenty of places to buy food. To be honest, these days you can buy most of the stuff you need at the festival. So really, when you think about it, all you need is enough money.
Okay, let's listen again. Do you need to listen one more time?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Unit 9, Recording 3. Fadil. There are a few things that we always tell our customers to bring with them. For example, we tell people to bring a couple of packs of wet wipes. We travel in 4x4s, so we bring plenty of water with us. But that's for drinking, not for washing. Wet wipes are really useful for staying clean. Another thing we recommend that you bring is your swimming gear. Obviously, a lot of people wonder why you need your swimming gear in the desert. The reason is that we always try to stop at an oasis when we're on a trip. That's really an unforgettable experience. People who don't bring their swimming gear always regret it. What else? It's good to bring several plastic bags. They're useful for organising things, and they stop sand getting everywhere. And you need to bring a hat and plenty of sunscreen, of course, at least factor 15. And, of course, a lot of people forget that the desert is freezing cold at night, so you need to bring some warm clothes.
Abigail.
I've been going climbing in the Rockies since I was a child, so I'm really aware of the dangers, particularly the way the weather can change really quickly. I see far too many people out climbing in just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. They haven't packed enough warm clothes to deal with a change in the weather. And I always advise people to take some insect repellent and a bit of food, even if they're only going for a few hours. If the weather changes and they get stuck, they might really need both of them. High-energy food is best. Things like raisins and peanuts. You can add a little bit of your favorite chocolate, too. Too many people these days rely on a handheld GPS navigator. Now, most GPS navigators are great. It's definitely a good idea to take one. They tell you exactly where you are, but they can also break or run out of battery, so you need a backup, a map, and a compass. And don't forget a plastic bag. You don't want your map to get wet.
Joel.
I'm a real festival lover, you know. I just love the atmosphere and the music and the social scene. And I've learned over the past couple of years what I need to bring. Number 1 on my list is a tent and a sleeping bag. They're your home, so it's worth spending a bit of money on a good tent and a warm sleeping bag. Then you need a torch with a few spare batteries. When you're trying to find your tent in the dark, it's really essential. What else? Well, with the British weather, you really need a pair of wellies. Often people bring too much food with them, and they always regret it, because they spend a lot of time carrying it around, and actually there are plenty of places to buy food. To be honest, these days you can buy most of the stuff you need at the festival. So really, when you think about it, all you need is enough money.
Okay, let's check the correct answers. So for the desert, we have wet wipes. What else? What other element?
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen, yes, for the desert. Okay, what else?
Plastic bags.
Warm clothes.
Plastic bags. Plastic bags, where is it? No aparece aquí en el listado.
No, teacher.
Okay, it's not here. Plastic bags,
Swimming
yes.
wear.
Swimming wear, yes.
Swimming
Here
gear.
they say for
Warm,
oasis in the desert. Warm clothes also. Hat. His hat is not here, but they also mention a hat. And what else? From the list, no more, right? That is for the desert. Now for the climbing trip, what does she mention?
Insect repellent.
Let's change it, the color. Yes, insect repellent. What else? High energy food. Yes, raisins, peanuts. Do you know what are raisins?
Plastic bag.
Yes, map and compass. What are raisins?
Compass. Plastic bag.
GPS navigator, he said.
GPS navigator. No, but she recommends taking map and compass as well. Okay, what else? No more.
No more from the list.
Okay, now let's go with the last. He mentions sleeping bag, torch, right?
Battery.
Batteries.
And wellies.
Wellies. What are wellies?
It's like boats.
Yes, these are wellies, como botas para lluvia. That's the name, wellies. Okay, so yeah, sleeping bag, torch, and wellies. He also mentions money. Okay, so it's important to take money to these events. Okay, very good, guys. So we are going to start now our practice with the quantifiers. For that, I will put the audio one more time, and you're going to listen and complete the sentences with the quantifiers that we have here in the box, okay? Some of them can be used more than one time, more than once. We have too many, too much, a lot of, plenty of, some, enough, several, a bit of, a few, and a couple of. Okay, so I will play the audio one last time and we complete the text with the correct quantifier, okay? I will put the text on the screen here, but let's remember all the quantifiers: too many, too much, a lot of, plenty of, some, enough, several, a bit of, a few, and a couple of. Okay, to complete each sentence here about Fadil, Abigail, and Joe.
Unit 9, Recording 3. Fadil. There are a few things that we always tell our customers to bring with them. For example, we tell people to bring a couple of packs of wet wipes. We travel in 4x4s, so we bring plenty of water with us. But that's for drinking, not for washing. Wet wipes are really useful for staying clean. Another thing we recommend that you bring is your swimming gear. Obviously, a lot of people wonder why you need your swimming gear in the desert. The reason is that we always try to stop at an oasis when we're on a trip. That's really an unforgettable experience. People who don't bring their swimming gear always regret it. What else? It's good to bring several plastic bags. They're useful for organising things, and they stop sand getting everywhere. And you need to bring a hat and plenty of sunscreen, of course, at least factor 15. And, of course, a lot of people forget that the desert is freezing cold at night, so you need to bring some warm clothes.
Okay, have you got all the answers for the first part of Fadil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Let's check one by one. Okay. Elkin, what is the first for number one? We tell people to bring
A couple of packs of wet wipes.
A couple of packs of wet wipes. Good. Brian, for number two, we bring water with us. Or Andres, I see your hand, Andres Correa.
Teacher, I'm not sure, but I think we bring too much. Or
not really.
Enough?
It is plenty of.
Plenty? All right.
The answer is plenty of water with us. Yesid, for number three.
It's good to bring several plastic bags.
Yeah, so number three is several plastic bags. And number four, Jeanette.
A lot of people forget that desert's freezing cold at night. So you need to bring some warm clothes.
Yes, very good. A lot. And the other one is some. Okay, so that's the first. Let's continue with Abigail and Joel.
Abigail.
I've been going climbing in the Rockies since I was a child, so I'm really aware of the dangers, particularly the way the weather can change really quickly. I see far too many people out climbing in just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. They haven't packed enough warm clothes to deal with the change in the weather. And I always advise people to take some insect repellent and a bit of food, even if they're only going for a few hours. If the weather changes and they get stuck, they might really need both of them. High-energy food is best. Things like raisins and peanuts. You can add a little bit of your favorite chocolate, too. too many people these days rely on a handheld GPS navigator. Now, most GPS navigators are great. It's definitely a good idea to take one. They tell you exactly where you are, but they can also break or run out of battery, so you need a backup, a map, and a compass. And don't forget a plastic bag. You don't want your map to get wet.
Okay, now let's check the questions 5, 6, and 7. Number 5, maybe Gerson. They haven't packed.
Teacher, sorry, no, I don't.
You don't have the answer?
No.
Okay, let's see. Anyone has the answer?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
They haven't packed enough warm clothes.
Enough. Number 5 is enough warm clothes. Okay, thank you. Number 6, maybe we ask Natalia. I always advise.
Teacher, I always advise people to take some insect repellent and eat bit of food.
And a bit of food, yes. Some insect repellent and a bit of food. Okay, and number 7, William.
Yes, teacher. Too many people these days rely on a handheld GPS navigator, but they can break.
Yes, too many. It's the answer. Too many people.
Teacher,
Okay.
no.
Yes.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
In which case I use several or a lot of, it depends the amount
Yes,
or
we are going to study this when we finish the exercise. I'm going to explain the different uses of all the quantifiers, okay? Don't worry.
Okay.
We will do it next. Is it for too many, too much, enough? When we use each quantifier, okay? Okay, let's finish the exercise with Joel, okay? Pay attention.
Joel.
I'm a real festival lover, you know. I just love the atmosphere and the music and the social scene. And I've learned over the past couple of years what I need to bring. Number 1 on my list is a tent and a sleeping bag. They're your home, so it's worth spending a bit of money on a good tent and a warm sleeping bag. Then you need a torch with a few spare batteries. When you're trying to find your tent in the dark, it's really essential. What else? Well, with the British weather, you really need a pair of wellies. Often people bring too much food with them, and they always regret it, because they spend a lot of time carrying it around, and actually there are plenty of places to buy food. To be honest, these days you can buy most of the stuff you need at the festival. So really, when you think about it, all you need is enough money.
Okay, let's check. For number 8, maybe we ask Jean-Claude. You need a torch with?
Yes, teacher. You need a torch with a few spare batteries.
Good. Number 8 is a fuel. Let me write it on the chat. A fuel. Yes. Good. Number 9, Johan. Often people bring.
No, teacher, I don't.
You don't have the answer? Okay, let's see who has the answer.
Me, teacher.
Teacher, it gets, oh, sorry.
Too much.
Okay, I see Andres and Elkin and Silvia. Let's see. Often bring too much food, and they always regret it because they spend
A lot of
a lot
time.
of
Carrying around, man.
a lot of time carrying around. And there we have 3, and there are
Plenty of.
plenty of places to buy food. And the last, number 10, Andres Felipe. You have the answer. So really, all you need
A little bit of money? Oh,
A little bit? No. The answer is enough. Okay?
enough money?
Enough money. Yes. Good. Okay, guys. So this is like the introduction for the quantifiers. We're going to take a look at the explanation on page, let's open page 157 in the book, page 157. Here we have all the uses of quantifiers, okay? So let's take a look quickly. It's quantifiers are quite easy, okay? So we have, yes, Jessit?
Here, I have a question about wait a moment, about plenty of and a lot of. What is the difference?
Okay, don't worry. We're going to check all of them, like too much, plenty of, enough. We are going to check the uses for all of them, okay? So we start by defining that some quantifiers are used for uncountable nouns and some are used with countable nouns. Remember, uncountable is that they don't have plural form, right? For example, the word money or time or water, all of these are uncountable, okay? Remember, uncountable is no plural. Las palabras que no tienen plural son incontables, okay? Time, money, water, food, all of these are uncountable. With this, we can use too much, a bit of, or a little, okay? This is for uncountable nouns only. Solo para uncountable. For countable, so plural, tomatoes, houses, cars, all the plurals countable, we can use many or too many, 1, 2, 3, 4, several, a couple of, esto es como un par, a couple of, a few, and loads of, okay? This is for countable. And for both countable and uncountable, we can use any or not any, enough or not enough, a lot of or lots of, plenty of, and some. So these are for both countable and uncountable, okay? Importante recordar cuáles son para solo incontables, solo para contables y algunos quantifiers que pueden ser usados para ambos, como any or not any, enough, not enough, a lot of or lots of, no, plenty of, and some. Okay? This is the first part. Now we're going to check the meaning for each of them. Yes, Gerson?
Yes, teacher, a question about enough.
Okay.
Enough, I use enough with negative sentence or with many negative sentence.
No, it can be positive or negative. Okay, I can say I have enough money until the end of the month. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Or I don't have enough money until the end of the month. Okay, so it can be positive or negative. We don't. Okay, so we have some or any. Some is a limited quantity or number. Okay, algo. It's like some. Es una cantidad limitada, okay? And it is used mainly in positive sentences. Entonces, el some es para oraciones positivas. I like some pop music. Me gusta alguna música pop. Alguna, ¿ok? No es ni mucha ni poca. Es como una cantidad limitada. Some, ¿ok? We can also use some in questions to make a request and an offer. Entonces, el some en preguntas es para hacer una petición o una oferta. Can you give me some information about the excursions? Estoy pidiendo algo, ¿no? Request. O, would you like some more soup? Estoy ofreciendo más sopa, okay? In these cases, we use some in questions, yes?
Sorry, what is the page?
157.
Okay.
This is 157. Okay, this is some for questions. And we use any is for negative and also for questions. Entonces, el any es el negativo, ¿no? Nada o ninguno. We haven't got any milk. No tenemos nada de leche en la nevera. We haven't got any milk in the fridge. Y para preguntas, are there any questions? Entonces, pay attention. Las preguntas, por lo general, van con any. ¿Con cuáles usamos some? Solo con las que son peticiones, requests u ofertas. ¿Ok? Solamente. Si yo pregunto que por cantidad, como, oye, ¿hay algo, sí, algo de comida? Is there any food? ¿Ok? ¿Hay algo de comida? Estoy preguntando por si hay cantidad. Si yo le voy a ofrecer a alguien algo, sería, would you like some food? ¿Te gustaría algo de comida? ¿Ok? So that is the difference, any and some for questions. All right? Okay? Good. So we continue. Then we have a lot of, or much and many. So a lot of is used in positive sentences. It is very common in English. We use lots of exactly the same. Entonces, a lot of y lots of son iguales. La única que debemos prestar atención es que cuando está la A, pues el lot no lleva la S. A lot of o lots of, ¿ok? We sell a lot of imported goods. Vendemos muchos bienes importados, ¿ok? Entonces, a lot of es gran cantidad, muchos, en oraciones positivas. In informal speech and writing, much and many are generally used in questions and in negatives. Entonces, el much y el many se usan generalmente en preguntas y oraciones negativas. Por ejemplo, we better hurry. We haven't got much time. Pues acá está en negativo. Es el mucho, pero en oraciones negativas o en preguntas, ¿ok? Recordemos, el much es para incontables, como time, y many es para cosas contables, como clothes shops, ¿ok? Tiendas de ropa. Entonces sería contables. Are there many clothes shops in your town? Okay, so for questions and negative sentences, we use much or many. Okay? Okay, continue. Number 3 is too much or too many. So remember, too much and too many, they are always a negative connotation. Is some more than we need, more of something that we need. Este too much o too many lo traducimos como demasiado y tiene una connotación siempre negativa. Entonces, cuando yo digo, I love you too much, this is like, it makes me sad, ¿ok? Si uso el too much es en exceso, es demasiado y esto es malo, ¿ok? Es una connotación negativa, ¿ok? Entonces, en ese caso, ese sería el too much o el too many. Let's go somewhere. There are too many people in here. Hay demasiadas personas acá, está demasiado lleno, ¿ok? It's too crowded. Oh, do you want some of my pizza? There is too much for me. ¿Quieres algo de pizza? Es mucha, es demasiada para mí. I cannot eat it all. Yes, Natalia, it's toxic. Yes. When you love someone too much, okay, it hurts. Okay, this is too much and too many. All right. Okay, so let's see. Now we have plenty of, what you were asking me about, a lot of or plenty of. We use plenty of when we mean more than enough, okay? This has a positive connotation, a positive meaning, and we use it for countable and uncountable nouns. Entonces, el plenty of sería como, hay más de lo suficiente, ¿sí? Tenemos plenty of, como que tenemos lo suficiente y nos sobra un poco, ¿ok? Ese sería como el significado, la diferencia. Tal cual en traducción son muy similares el mucho, ¿ok? El a lot of y el plenty of. La diferencia la podemos entender más en cuanto a su significado o contexto. A lot of simplemente son muchos. Plenty of, estoy dando a entender, tengo lo suficiente y un poco más, ¿ok? More than enough. Silvia, me dices, I love you so much is good? Yes, it is correct. I love you a lot of, it's incorrect. I love you so much, ¿ok? A lot of es para cosas, acá estamos hablando de cosas, ¿no? A lot of cars, a lot of houses, ¿ok? O much, haven't got much time. Siempre ve algo después. Estamos contando cosas, ¿ok? Entonces siempre debe ir una cosa después, como acá. Too many people. Too much. Acá hablamos de la pizza, ¿ok? There is too much pizza for me. Okay, this is plenty of. So, don't worry, we have got plenty of time before your train leaves. Tenemos como más del tiempo suficiente antes de que llegue tu tren, se vaya el tren. We have got plenty of sandwiches for everyone. We don't need any more, okay? This is the meaning of plenty of. Okay, questions so far? All right, so continue with enough. Enough is as much as we need. Entonces, lo suficiente, ¿no? We need 5, I have 5. It is enough. And it is also used for countable and uncountable nouns, para contables y incontables. Have we got enough chairs for everyone? ¿Tenemos suficientes sillas para todos? We haven't got enough food for everyone. Y lo que me preguntaba, creo que Gerson, o Jean-Claude, no recuerdo, para oraciones positivas y negativas. Entonces, el enough puede ser suficiente, I have got enough, o le agrego el not. We haven't got enough. No tenemos la suficiente comida para todos. Okay? This is enough. And then we have the last two, several, a few, and a couple. So we use this with countable nouns, solo con contables, several, a few, or a couple. We've got several rooms available. Nos dice, son cantidades pequeñas. Entonces, a several es un número de como varias, ¿ok? Several sería varias. Several rooms available. I've got a few rooms available. Entonces, veamos la diferencia. Several son varias. A few, algunas o unas cuantas, ¿ok? Pocas. O we've got a couple of rooms available. A couple, always 2 or 3. A couple siempre será 2, máximo 3. No puedo decir a couple of y estoy hablando de 5 o 6 cosas, ¿no? Eso ya sería a few or maybe several, ¿ok? A couple es un par de eso. 2, maybe 3, ¿ok? And the last one, we have a bit, a little bit, ¿ok? We use these phrases with uncountable nouns. Entonces acá anteriores eran contables. A few, a couple, o several. Ahora para las incontables serán a little bit, o a little. Okay? We've got a bit of space. We've got a little of space. We got a little bit of space. Okay? Eso es un poco. Un poco de, pero para cosas incontables. Okay? A little bit of time, a little bit of water, a little bit of money. All right? This is the meaning. Okay, guys? So, questions? It's a lot of information, but it's easy, okay? It's just we need to study and practice when to use each one. When we use a lot of, when we use plenty, when we use enough, or a few, a couple, right? So it's easy, but we need to practice. Okay? So let's continue our practice. Just a moment, let me open the link so we can practice. Okay, let's go to the link. We have, again, 12 questions, multiple choice answer. You read the sentence and select the correct option in each case. Okay, let's have 5 minutes and then we will continue. Share your scores on the chat. Okay, share your results on the chat. Yes, Julian?
Okay. In some and any. Some is for for positive sentence.
Yes. Sí.
Any for question and negative.
Negative. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. The exception for some, the questions is for offers and requests. Okay. Cuando hacemos una oferta o una petición, usamos some en la pregunta. Okay. Esa es como la única excepción para las preguntas con some. Okay, guys. Good. So you did the practice. We continue with the practice in the book. Let's go again to page 91. I think no, page 90. Sorry. So 90, 90, no, 91. Okay. So here you have exercise number 1 in page 91 in the book. Okay. 91. So you are going to complete the sentences with an appropriate quantifier and a verb, okay? For example, the first we have, on camping trips, there are or there aren't insects. I would say there are, so I have to circle the correct verb that I want to use, are a lot of insects, okay? Yo usaría ese. There are a lot of insects. Okay, and you continue doing the same with all the other sentences. You circle the verb and then you complete with one quantifier. Okay, let's take 5-6 minutes, and after you finish, we check the answers to them.
Teacher, what page is that?
This is page 91.
Okay.
All right, guys, have you finished the activity? Or not yet?
Not yet, teacher.
Okay, let's take 2 more minutes and then we check together. Okay, you're finished. So let's start checking the activity. All right, so for the second one, let's listen to Silvia. How did you complete the second sentence?
Wait, teacher. For me, on camping trip, there isn't enough space in your tent.
In your tent. There isn't enough space in your tent. Okay, good. Continue number 3, maybe Lisette.
You need plenty of equipment.
Yes, you can say you need plenty of equipment or you need some equipment. All right, let's continue with number 4. On trips to big cities, let's see, for example, Brian. On trips to big cities.
The number 4, teacher. You can find some cheap place to eat.
Yes, you can find some cheap places or a lot of cheap places to eat. I would say in big cities, it's a lot of, okay, muchos, a lot of cheap places to eat. Okay, Jeanette, for number 5.
There are a lot of people.
Yes, there are a lot of people or too many people, demasiadas personas, too many people. Gerson, for number 6.
Okay, teacher. Number 6. There aren't usually too much interesting place to visit.
Okay. You think in big cities, no? En las ciudades grandes, ¿no crees que haya? Maybe, yes.
Okay.
There are.
I choose aren't
in
only
big cities.
for practice.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, in big cities like Bogota or even Sao Paulo, Rio, all these big cities, we usually find a lot of interesting places to visit. And the last one, yeah?
Too many?
Too many is a negative connotation, remember? So if we say interesting.
But in this case, we are talking about place. This is countable.
Sí,
place,
podría ser too many, pero en sentido la oración no sería correcta porque no puedo decir hay demasiados lugares interesantes, demasiados con connotación negativa, ¿ok? En español si no suena bien, es como demasiado. En este caso sí, so many, sí sería correcto. So many interesting places to visit. O several también. Several interesting, varios lugares interesantes para visitar. Yes. Number 7, let's see. Jose Alejandro, there are or aren't?
There are usually so many museums and art galleries.
Yes, so many museums and art galleries. Okay, good. Now for the last, at the beach, let's see, Carlos, at the beach.
Yes, teacher. There is much sun.
There is, remember, much is for negative sentence. El much en general lo usamos en oraciones negativas. So there is a lot of sand. Como mucho sería a lot of, okay? O so much. Si queremos usar el much sería con el so. There is so much sand. Yes, Julián?
I swear lots of.
Loads of. Yes, también puede ser loads of. ¿Ese lo vimos? Creo que no lo vimos en los ejemplos. Loads of, como demasiados, muchos. También puede ser. Okay, Andrés Correa, number 9.
Okay, teacher, number 9 is better if there is enough sun.
Okay, yes, it's better if there is enough sun, ¿sí? El sol suficiente. Okay, también. O alguien podría decir, it's better if there isn't too much sun. O if there isn't much sun. Alguien preferirá que no haya mucho sol. Okay? Entonces acá ya depende de cada uno. There is enough sun or there isn't much sun. And the last, number 10. Let's see who came in. Number 10.
There are usually a lot of things to do.
At the beach, there are usually a lot of things to do. Yes, okay, we can say. All right, guys.
Number 10. There aren't usually a few things to do. It's possible?
No, a
There
few.
aren't usually a few.
A few is for positive sentences, okay? There aren't a few. It sounds like weird. El few generalmente es como para oraciones positivas. Hay pocos. O sea, tú no dirías, no hay pocas cosas para hacer. Sí, suena como raro. Tú dirías, no hay muchas cosas para hacer o hay pocas. ¿Sí? O sea, en español también no suena raro. No hay pocas cosas para hacer. ¿Tú lo dirías así?
Okay.
Es como el negativo con el poco no pega. Sería, no hay muchas o en positiva hay pocas. ¿Ok? Sí, Andrés. Sería como contradictorio. No hay pocas. No. Sería como palabras extra para decir que hay muchas. Entonces, no, it's not. It doesn't sound very good. Okay. Guys, I don't think we have enough time to do the speaking activity. This is number 2, it's speaking, but we only have like 5 or 10 minutes left. So let's finish today with the review of the vocabulary, okay? To describe everyday objects. So we are going to finish today with this exercise number 2. you're going to match these descriptions that we have, 1 to 6, with the objects that we saw in this part, in part 1b, okay? You are going to match the descriptions with the object. So we have an example. They are made of rubber. Rubber is caucho, rubber, and they are used for keeping your feet dry, okay? So this is the definition or the description for wellies. Okay, let's take 4 minutes to do this. Maybe we don't finish them all, but let's try. You read the description and match it to the correct object, okay? Sí, wellies son botas de caucho. Okay, let's take some minutes and then we check. Okay, guys, are you ready? Did you finish the exercise?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Good. So let's start reading. You read the definition and give me the correct word, okay? So, Maveli, the first one.
The first, I think, is
read the definition and then you tell me.
It's round and it's used for finding your way.
You think it is? Do you think this is what?
Map and compass.
Yes, so only the compass, right? Because it's round. Solo, entonces lo que es redondo te ayuda a ubicarte sería la brújula, the compass. Okay? All right, thank you, Madeline. Now, William, the second one.
Okay, teacher, but I don't know the answer yet.
Okay, read it and then we check.
Okay, it's rectangular and is made of fabric.
Okay, let's see. Rectangular and made of fabric. Maybe I think it's the sleeping bag, porque está hecho de tela, fabric. So it's the sleeping bag. Rectangular.
Fabric significa tela?
Yes.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Number 3, Natalia.
Okay, teacher. And they're used for cleaning? Maybe wet wipes?
Yes, wet wipes, los pañitos húmedos. Wet wipes, correct. Okay, good. Just see it. Number 4.
Okay. It's got batteries inside and is made of metal. I think is torch.
Yes, George, la linterna. Good. Andres Felipe, number 5.
It's used for protect your skin. And I think it's sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Yes, it is here. Sunscreen. Yes. Okay. And the last one, very good. The last one, Elgin.
Number 5 or 6?
6.
It's used for keeping insects away. Insect repellent.
This is the insect repellent. Okay, very good. Excellent, guys. So tomorrow we continue with the speaking practice and also the vocabulary. So that is all for today. Okay, guys? Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.